Check one, check one. What? Coming to you from the Delta and Two Valleys. Welcome to the PanRaconTeurs, the podcast where we tell and discuss stories from around the world. Sit back, buckle in for the storytelling of your lives. We are the PanRaconTeurs. Tours. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 4. The Quattro.
Dalawa, tatlo, apat.
Apat for all you Filipinos out there.
Not Kawato? That's the guy from the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger with the red Mars. With Mars, he's in Mars.
No, Red Mars.
Get back to Mars.
Right off the bat, where are we going?
Red Mars, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger movie with Kawato. He's a being that is he's a deformed mutant on Mars that has it's two people in one, right? Kawato.
Is that Mars. Total Recall?
Total Recall, exactly.
You get faster than I am.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Well, anyways, since we found out what Kawato was, welcome to another episode of the PanRaconTeurs. My name is Mike V. I'm struggling a little bit because I'm fighting some pneumonia. That's not fun. But to help me out so I don't have to talk so much is our sound engineer, Nate B. What's up, Nate?
Doing good in the hood.
Are all the dials dialing, all the buttons flowing? Is the sound sounding?
You know it, because I am ready.
I don't know why I hit that. What? He's ready, folks. All right. Well, also accompanied by our executive producer, the Moneybags, Dan, the man.
I didn't know I was paying for this. I'm kicking it. Oh, man. There we go.
Yeah. How's everybody doing today? Everybody doing all right?
Living the dream out here and making money.
Yeah. How are things out in the valley? Still valleying? Bro?
The Silicon Valley?
Am I the valley? I thought Nate, you guys were the valley.
I'm the Delta.
Nate's the Delta.
Okay, I guess I'm in Silicon Valley. Yeah, it's nice out here. It rained good. We probably get good rain out here, and it rained all Thursday. It started the day before, and yeah, it rained a lot for us here in Northern California, San Francisco Bay, and good rain. It doesn't come here too often, so when it does rain, it's surprising. It's kind of nice. You get a clear day afterwards, and the air is fresher. It's great.
Yeah. I think on the last episode when we were talking about food, I didn't know it, but I had pneumonia. But I thought it was just a cold, and I was losing my voice a little bit, and went on to lose my voice completely over the week, and completely drained. I think I'm feeling a little bit better today, so it's good to see you guys and be able to talk to you. We had to postpone a few recording dates, so just good to be back in the saddle, as someone would say. I got this cool testing song, just to make sure all of our mics are working. It's testing 1 2 3, testing bumblebee, testing all day long. We sing the testing song.
Where is it?
Did you just make that up?
Yeah, no, I got that from Conan O'Brien. Shout out Conan O'Brien. Ah! I'm a Conan fan, so yes. Shout out, whatever that means. We're just shouting stuff out. We have a great episode today. And trust me, folks, and thank you guys for listening and supporting. Gordo, I know you were waiting for, you called me and said, "Where's this episode? When is this episode coming out?" And I just sent you the link to our Facebook channel, and the audio.com episode from last week, which is the food series, just came out today. But we have a great episode today. Nate, what are we talking about?
Today's activity, our theme, is paranormal activity.
Ooh. All right. Okay. And we're gonna get better at this, folks. I mean, we're gonna gel, we're gonna flow, we're gonna sometimes whatever that means. But let's go right into it. Paranormal. What does paranormal mean to you, Nate?
Otherworldly, things that can't be explained by natural means or don't follow the laws of science.
Okay. Oh, all right. How about you, bro? What does paranormal mean to you?
Yeah, that's not normal, not experienced every day. So also, I think I would include my own definition, like UFO, possible UFO stuff. Like it could be understood, and it could be obeying laws of physics, but we just don't understand the technology, and we're seeing weird things happen. That could be included in my additional to Nate's description definition.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds
So
about right.
extra
I mean,
stuff.
yeah, anything that is out of the ordinary. It's out of the norm. Paranormal. It's beyond what we understand as everyday happenings. So anything from I have my own experiences with the paranormal. Um, and Nate has a great story today. He's going to be sharing about a local um, a local place that we've all probably been to at least once in our lives, living in San Jose, in that area, and in the Bay Area. And so, Nate, go ahead and let's share the story.
Thank you for that introduction. All right, let me pull it up for y'all. Today's story comes from the San Francisco. This just comes from the Bay Area. Today's story hits closer to home for us. Here in the Bay Area, there's a local legend of a road known for numerous tragedies and paranormal activity. A twisting, treacherous highway known to have taken the many lives of those who dare venture through. Awarded the Bay Area's deadliest road in 2017, we shall delve into the infamous Niles Canyon Road. This place was originally constructed in 1860 as a wagon route from Sunol to Niles, which Niles is now a part of Fremont. This 7-mile stretch is 2 lanes of traffic going in opposite directions. It's narrow, winding, and is often the site of numerous fatalities, with the most recent accident resulting in death, May 2024. This took the life of a 64-year-old motorcyclist. The most infamous legend of this road is the hitchhiker. This hitchhiker is described as a young lady dressed in all white. You know, it's a story you hear everywhere. This lady in white is said to be seen on February the 28th. And she's requesting, every time she's on that road, she's always requesting to go to San Francisco. So if you're ever on that road in the middle of the night, don't pick up any hitchhikers.
I think that's a good saying. Like,
don't pick up hitchhikers in general.
Don't pick up people that just random people on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Stranger danger.
Especially if you're by yourself. So I don't know. To me, this ghost isn't very scary because if she's hitchhiking, I'm like, peace out. Like,
it's a local legend, right? So from my own personal experience and pest control, this is the fastest route to get to Fremont if Highway 680 is like blocked off, right? Whereas it's just bumper to bumper traffic. you go to this road because you want to surpass it a little bit, and maybe Google is telling you to go that way. So, and sometimes I'd be going that way in the daylight. I'm like, oh, this is a nice drive, but it's claustrophobic. If someone doesn't know how to drive, and they're swerving off into the middle lane, you're like, not the middle lane, but into the middle divider. You're kind of like, oh, okay, it's a little risky.
It's a beautiful road. Like if you want scenic, if you want like mountains, if you want hills, if you want valleys, little rivers, man, I love taking that road, especially going to work in Fremont and coming back that way. It's very, very scenic. And they have a railroad that goes up in the hills around there. So it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
But hitchhikers, I wouldn't pick up anybody there.
You never pick up hitchhikers, first of all. Yeah, but going down that road is beautiful. I could attest. Most of us could attest if we're going that way. And
yeah, very windy, and a lot of turns. So if you're not an experienced driver, I wouldn't recommend going that way.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, numerous fatalities. That's something that happens regularly. Probably every couple months. That's probably saying much, but there's still fatalities probably yearly. And the story behind the lady in all white. There's many iterations of it, and no one could pinpoint exactly who this person is. It's a legend. It's lost in time. Some say it's just some girl traveling from Idaho to San Francisco. There's some that say that it was a girl that lost her life trying to go to her prom. So it's not a set thing, but they always say that February 28th is the day that she lost her life, and you could go in the middle of the night to find her. Yeah, if you're driving that way. My personal story is that I used to work in pest control, and sometimes I had like 12-hour shifts in the middle. It was summertime, and we're going to San Jose, and sometimes it'd be getting late. Closer to the end of summer. I remember it was like August 25th. I was out there on like almost a 13-hour shift. I probably went over. And I decided, all right, there's still traffic on the 680 because there's a bend. I don't know if you know that bend. The bend into, that used to get packed all the time. I don't know if it still does because I don't go there anymore. But
it does.
It does. Then I couldn't do it. Anyways, sometimes I just go through Fremont. And when you're going through Fremont and you take that windy road, it was late. It was really late. August 25th. Pretty sure it was 25th, and it's getting late. It's like 7, 8. That time at the end of August, it's starting to get darker, and I'm like, oh, what am I doing out here? I'm not taking this road in or taking this road out. I'm usually taking the road in, and I'm driving up this road. It's dark. I got my high beams on. Not a lot of people are following me because no one wants to go there at night, and I'm in the middle of this place. There's a specific bridge that you get to about 4 to 5 miles in. It's a small one. It's how the river passes through, and you get past it, and there's like, you hear like, I have my windows down just a little, creaking down because my AC in my truck was not very good.
It's August.
Yeah, it's August. I'm trying to just enjoy the wind and have a good time, but something was, I don't know, it was like a little more ominous today, right? I'm alone, just beams out in the distance, my high beams, and then all of a sudden I hear a little bit of laughing. I'm like, oh, there's like there's kids out there just having a good time, It's a summer night. It's a summer night, and I come up to the bridge and I see like a small person, like a tiny person on the bridge, and they're just like sitting on there laughing, kind of like chuckling, right? I'm driving past them. My window's like still creaking. I'm not gonna say anything to this guy because I'm like, oh, this guy's weird. I gotta get out of here. But he's laughing, and then in the distance there's like, you see, like, I say an apparition. It was a silhouette of somebody in white, and I'm like, okay, that's I don't know anything about this story until now because I'm researching it now. But a lady all white, I'm like, okay, a little guy and a lady in all white. This place is freaky. I get out of here. So I'm kind of flooring it a little bit, but not to a point where it's dangerous. I know how to get out of there. I've done this road multiple times. I go to when I was working in pest control. Every week I was working in San Jose, so I know this road back and forth. And eventually I hit that 6-7 mile mark. I passed the train. Not the train. The train wasn't out there, but the train tracks are out there. I get past the railroad crossing, and I finally get back onto the 680, and I head back home. That. Looking back on it now, I'm like, what did I see? How can I verify what I saw? If I had like a dash cam, I'd be I would have posted that now. But now if you go over there February 28th, somewhere at nighttime, you might see something. You want to go out there and have a good time and, and some paranormal activity, I recommend just taking one of our local legends in the Bay Area and visit Niles Canyon Road.
No, that's a again a beautiful road. I don't think I have had any paranormal experiences there. My only question is, what's up with the little people that you saw? Like, was there a bunch of them or just the one?
There's one on the bridge
And it was a
specifically.
grown up, not a kid.
Tiny,
You don't know.
I say tiny person, little person. Like,
Okay,
yeah, I'm trying to
politically
be
correct. Okay,
politically
little
correct here.
person.
Little person,
Okay.
and he was on the bridge just laughing. Like, what are you doing?
Are you sure it wasn't a Filipino?
Could have been a
Are you
Filipino.
sure
Could have
it
been
wasn't a
another.
Filipino?
It could have been a lot of things. Could have been a lot of things. One thing that you do anytime you go into like a dense forest or like big brush, you have to say it's this. I gotta look it up. See,
Like
I'm
a
forgetting because I'm on the
thick
podcast.
brush,
A thick
like
brush,
a bush,
like the bush.
or it's a bush. He was hiding in the bush, or do you think there was more than one coming from the bush,
Uh,
or
it was just one.
do
It
you
was one.
think?
I remember exactly because it was one person on the bridge, or and then a silhouette in the distance. I don't know if someone caused a crash. I don't know, what happened in that experience, or what was like. Are they laughing at each other? Are they enemies? I don't know. All I know is that
Hmm.
that's what I saw that night. It was not cold, but it was like a summer night. Could have been anybody. I can't even say if it was like a real person or not. But yeah, that's August 25th. Summer day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're almost there. It's August. It's not August 25th. We're not
Yeah,
even
6
close to that.
months.
What am I talking about? Um, what I will say is, there's a lot of legends and a lot of paranormal roads in the Bay Area. I think it stems from just people traveling, and they travel those roads a lot, um, and now there's highways and things like that, and a lot of people stop taking the shortcuts, the back roads, and it makes them mysterious. But one of the most famous ones is I don't know if you know this, bro. Hicks Road, Hicks Road
Yes.
in San Jose.
Well, I know the road, and I remember you talking about it and Jerry talking about it, and some other people talking about going up there. And this is the one with there's a little upward hill, right? But if you park there, and if you park there at a certain time, and you pour, I think it's like some dust or what they say is baby powder. You baby powder the back of your vehicle, and if you stay there long enough and you put it in neutral, you'll find yourself moving forward,
Yeah.
uphill, in an uphill direction. And they say if you get out and you park it and you check the back whether you put the dust or the baby powder on, you'll find tiny handprints of like kids pushing you to safety because something bad happened behind you when they were there. So that's my knowledge of that. I never went up, but you did. You and our older brother Jerry, he did that when he was alive. He went in and did an investigation, and then you went back later
With Tan.
with Tan, and then you guys did an investigation also.
Yeah,
So
I don't
that's my
think I don't
knowledge.
think I don't think it was much of an investigation. It was just kind of like initiation. When you're young and you live in Silicon Valley, you live in that area, you're always trying to find stuff to do. And most of it wasn't smart things to do, but there are a lot of hills and a lot of roadways up there. Hicks Road was one where it had a lot of folklore to it. And there's even a short movie called Hicks Road. And it was made in 2009. But the lore behind Hicks Road is, and they made another movie about it, but it's where you drive off the road. It's all of Calaveras, and supposedly this high school guy and this his date, um, got into an argument or something after or during prom, and he ended up killing her, and he stuffed her body under this little bridge on Hicks Road, and so for days he would bring kids from the school and say, "You guys want to see a dead body?" And so people, a bunch of kids would go to that place and see. I mean, and if you've ever been there, it's not a big hole. It's not this giant bridge that a lot of people envision. It's literally a pipe. It's a pipe that runs under this little um, bridge that feeds
Is that
into
a culvert?
yeah, something like that. But this thing is like barely enough to fit a human body in there. But he stuffed her body in there, and for days, kids from the high school would come out and look at this, poke at the body and look at the body until somebody called the authorities and said, "Hey, look, there's a real dead body. There's a real dead girl." And so the legend is when you go there, you're supposed to go at night and you're supposed to drive on top of this bridge. I'm not going to give too much detail where it is because it's just the dumbest thing to do. But you go there, you park on top of this bridge at night, you turn off the lights, you roll down your windows. And so supposedly you look in your rearview mirror and this young woman appears in your back seat and she screams at you. And after that, down the other side, down the road a little bit more, there's a house. And there really is a house and a little lake. And uh, after that, these headlights turn on, facing you, and it's a truck, and this truck goes like full speed at you, like it's doing like at least 40, 50 miles an hour. You see the dust kicking up behind it, and you're supposed to just leave. That's the albino. The albino is going to get you, and the albino is like the protector, of that place because he witnessed the murder and he doesn't ever want it to happen again. So he scares people out. So my experience with Hicks Road was I went there with 10, or did I go there with 10? I went there with a couple of friends at night. It might have been James and a few other guys, Frankie, back in the day. And we pulled up. There wasn't anything blocking you from going onto that road. It's literally a small dirt road right off the main street, and it's this little tiny um, little bridge. That's it. It's just a little tiny bridge. The car can barely fit on it, and so we get there. It's about 11 o'clock at night, and we're sitting there. We have all the windows rolled down, and it's not like nowadays where you have a button and the windows roll up and the windows roll down. It was back in the day where you had to like manually roll up the windows. So that was fun.
And don't date yourselves right now. Don't date yourself.
It's pretty dated already. But we're sitting there with the windows rolled down, the engine's off, headlights turned off, and we're just sitting in like total darkness. There wasn't a moon out. And you can hear frogs, you can hear it was a little bit windy. And so the wind was like getting in the car a little bit, and we got a little freaked out by that. But the main thing was we all had to look in the back mirror, the rear view mirror. And we had two of my boys sitting in the back seat. So they're like, if something was going to appear, it was going to be back there with them. And so they were so scared just sitting in the back seat, and they were trying to jump in the front seat because the things that happened, the events like that took place, happened so quickly that you couldn't really, you didn't have time to think. All of we were so vulnerable. We're out in the middle of the woods. We have the windows rolled down. We're in a little dinky 4-door car. The engine on this car died on us a few times already. So like it in an emergency, that thing wasn't going to turn on. So we were really vulnerable. So the wind starts kicking up, and it's kicking up pretty heavily. And so we go, okay, let's all look into the rearview mirror. So we all at the same time looked, and I see their faces looking at me. I see their eyes in the back seat. That already freaked me out because we didn't have cell phones, but I could see their eyes glowing. And somebody in the back seat says, "Someone's touching my hand." And the next thing I know, we have two full-grown guys jumping over the two front seats and trying to get into the front. And someone says, "My leg's being pulled." And I'll never forget, we try to turn on the car and it doesn't turn on. The headlights won't turn on. And these two headlights appear at a distance in front of us. And it's flying at us. It is coming at us at a high rate of speed. And we have these two guys, like I literally had my friend just kind of like in my lap. His leg was like at my feet, and he was like just trying to bury himself at my feet at the. And so the driver, I think it was James, he had the other guy in his lap, and he's trying to turn the car on. And I'll never forget it. He'd go, "There's headlights! There's headlights!" And I hear, "Albino!" And I go, "Albino!" And I start trying to roll up my window. And finally the car turns on. We're going full speed backwards. And we don't know this place really well, but it's just full speed backwards in this rickety car. The windows are rolled down. I got my friend at my feet, like still trying to dig at my feet and bury himself there. I'm elbowing my other friend to like get back in the back seat, get him out of the driver's seat, and we're going probably 40 miles an hour backwards. The headlights are still coming to us. We're probably 50 yards from the bridge, and the headlights were on the bridge. That's how quickly it was coming at us, and we whipped it. I don't know how we didn't flip, but we whipped it back onto Calaveras and started driving full speed down the hill. And we didn't stop until we got to a Taco Bell. And I'll never forget, it was the most beautiful sight was Taco Bell. And my friend was at my feet, digging himself back up. And that's the closest we've ever been. But, was it the albino? Was it? Who knows? But it's just a sad story all around because of what it was. But the dumbest thing was going there in the middle of the night with the windows down, not having a plan B, not having we were just dumb kids. And what if it was the albino? What if it was just some crazy guy with a shotgun who was going to kill us? But yeah, that's my experience of Hicks Road. I'll never go back there. I don't recommend anybody go there. I think it's blocked off now, but if you do, bring some people with you.
No, don't. I think that's a mistake you guys made. You guys had people in the back seat. Where's the ghost going to get in? You need to make room for her, right?
You gotta make room for her.
There's no room. How's she going to get in?
What I took away from that story was that Taco Bell is your savior.
Yes, I love Taco Bell.
We love Taco Bell.
Shout out Taco Bell.
Shout out Taco Bell. Come and get us. We need some Taco Bell right now. Oh, yeah, running from the lights on Hicks Road. Crazy.
Yeah, Hicks Road. There's a lot of roads around here. But that one, has a sad story attached to it. It's a real, I mean, a lot of the tales that we hear are like, you know, um, happened a long time ago, or, we don't know why this person's haunting this road or whatever. But on Hicks Road, there's a reason. There's this lady actually died. This young lady died because of jealousy, and her body was stuffed under into a pipe under a bridge. And for days, people were going over there and just
You
mocking and poking and just gawking at this dead body, and it's a really sad, heartbreaking story. But yeah, if you go to Hicks Road, bring some friends.
well,
Bring one
What,
friend.
didn't I just say, like,
to verify.
I don't recommend it?
Don't recommend. Okay, here's the thing: you gotta, if you're in the Bay Area, you gotta enjoy some. You gotta experience these things, and if you're able to, and you're not in danger, it's like a rite of passage for many people. A lot of people just like staying home, hearing these stories online, looking at you. But if you experience it yourself, the tale lives on, the legend lives on. The final death of anything in the universe is being forgotten, and we're not going to forget these stories. We're not going to forget the lady that was under that bridge, because that's a true tragic tale. You could look it up. It is actually something that you don't want to, we have to learn from our past, and this is something that really engulfs the land there, and it's a legend for many people there, including me. I used to be a San Jose. I used to live in San Jose. I was born in San Jose. So, part of our culture.
Yep. And if you're looking up local legends, there are many different places to go. Just make sure you're safe. Make sure you bring friends. You let people know where you are. Don't be a dummy and go out there and you know do things unsafely. But it's always good to always let someone know, hey, I'm going to be here. Something happens, That's how people go missing, man.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yeah. Hicks Road. We have uh, the albino, and then we have Sonol. Um, what is it
Yeah,
called?
Niles
It's
Niles
Niles
Canyon Road.
Canyon.
There's just there's a encompassing theme here. The roads of California are dangerous, very dangerous. It's not for the faint-hearted to drive on these roads. You could go the speed limit 65. Everyone's running you off the road at 80. So the roads are dangerous, is what we're trying to say in California. Be careful.
All right, we're gonna go into our first sponsor, guys. Let's hit it. How's it going, everybody? We Need Sponsors is brought to you by We Need Sponsors. Ever woke up in the morning and had a kink in your neck? Well, me too. Now you're probably asking, what does this have to do with about anything? And it doesn't. It means absolutely nothing. But what I'm asking is, if you got a few dollars, maybe a few cents, maybe you found some money in your laundry that you didn't even know it was there, why don't you send it over to us and support your local storytellers, the PanRaconTeurs. Thank you guys for supporting, and we look forward to your sponsorships. We need sponsors. Back to the show. Talk about the bell. What do we got going on there, bro? What is that?
Oh, that's Spider-Man. That's my knockoff. I didn't get the original Yamaguchi, but I got a knockoff, and he's pretty good. But I am a little bit upset about doing my research before I bought this thing. But as punishment, I will keep it. He's my little Spider-Man homie. That's not the real one.
We got a debate here that we had
Fake
before the
Spider-Man.
podcast. He should return it and not have the punishment put on himself.
Oh,
Return.
that's yeah, I made a mistake. It wasn't clearly stated that it was not the original Yamaguchi. But if you look closely into the ad, it was this guy that they were selling. He's not an amazing Yamaguchi figure. He's a knockoff. His toe doesn't bend. He doesn't have a bendable toe.
The thing is,
There's
if you
no
bought
hinge
this
there.
and they
Hold on, guys. First, for our listeners who cannot see this,
Oh,
my brother Dan is holding up a figurine of Spider-Man, which is not anything to do with the theme today, but we're just talking about it. And I guess my brother and my nephew have a debate about Yamaguchi. And when they said Yamaguchi, I thought they were talking about the figure skater. So back to you guys. What the heck
oh,
were you guys?
Christine. Who's the figure skater? Is Christina Yamaguchi? Is that
Christy Yamaguchi.
Christy? Oh, yeah, I remember that.
an
Yeah.
Olympian,
Shout out Christy Yamaguchi.
I don't know. What Olympic was that? Was that Olympics?
Yeah, she was an Olympic skater.
Yeah.
it was
Nice.
we were debating this thing. Totally, for me, this is paranormal because anybody would have returned this by now. This is paranormal.
Wait, so to return the figurine or what? Like, what are
Return
you
the
guys
figurine.
talking about?
Yeah, I bought this guy thinking it was an amazing Yamaguchi figure, and then it wasn't. It's a knockoff. And Nate says return it, but I went back to the page where I bought it, and it's actually, it doesn't say it clearly, but you can tell if you do a little research that it's not by their I guess it's an advertisement that they're showing, that it's not the same one. So
Then it
I
should have
guess I'm
said
I'm punishing
replica.
myself because I didn't do enough research and I bought the wrong one. And so that's how I'll remember not to do that again. And always do your research when you're making purchases. And
My take on it is that if someone does you wrong, shame on them. Shame on them. So you should be able to get your money's worth. The money that you spent, your hard earned money back. If you want the thing that you really want, you pay for it. But if it's giving you they're giving you something fake, return it. If there's a return policy, use it. There's a warranty, use it.
I did two things that are wrong though, and I accept my punishment, which is I'm not going to refund it, and I'm going to keep it. And it's not too bad. I can use it for something else, for parts or some other activity. I don't know. And I did two things. I bought it too quickly. I didn't do research. And then I think I was drinking that night too on eBay. So don't do that. Don't drink and go online. You'll spend more than you should.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, don't do that.
All right. Well, we'll debate it in the comments. Somebody's gonna type in here. It's like what, and then the other person's gonna be like, yeah. There's two sides of this thing. All right.
And
Any
one
other?
person's gonna one person's gonna go Christy Yamaguchi? Question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to go off the rails sometimes. All right. Any paranormal activity that you could think of, Uncle Dan?
What?
Any paranormal activity that you can remember?
We've had our share. But let's see what you remember, bro.
My own paranormal activity. I don't recall any to me directly, except the most I've had is things fall down or things move or when nobody else is there. But it's normal stuff. I in my head it happens sometimes just because things break down, things give way. So every once in a while, something will fall off the shelf that's near the edge of the shelf or something like that, or it's rolling. So paranormal activities would be something that I couldn't explain to my own head, and I guess what do you call that? Pass off or gloss over. And so those things have happened, but I usually just gloss over them because oh yeah, things break down, things
So we're being
fall
skeptical,
apart, so things can move on themselves sometimes in erratic ways. But I guess if I was being real scientific about it, you'd investigate them and have questions for each thing that happens, and make sure that it's what you think it is or not, or find out something different. I don't know. Yeah, so paranormal activity, a lot of things happen that I don't understand, but I usually pass over in my mind. Like if I did investigate it, I'd probably be able to explain it somewhat. Maybe that's not a good. Well, maybe that is. It
It's good.
puts empowerment in yourself that you could try to explain stuff. I guess
We're trying to
that
explain the unexplainable. Like,
unexplainable. I know it's
let's get
if it's most things are unexplainable, right?
me
I would
myself.
say, I would argue most things are explainable. I mean, there are some things that happen, and I'll admit it. Like for a big chunk of my life, younger life, I did a lot of ghost investigations and paranormal investigations, and going into theaters, haunted theaters, and buildings, and going in the middle of nowhere and trying to get at EVPs and all that stuff, you know, um, and I could say 99.9% of the time. Okay, hold on. 97.9% of the time, nothing ever happened. Like nothing, not even a whisper, not even a thing. And I'm a pretty scaredy cat, when it comes to stuff. They go bumping at night, but after all these years, I'm like, I could figure out what that bump is, or I could figure out what that clink was, or what made that moaning sound. And um, but I will say there are things that boggle my mind, that you know uh, but I would say generally, like, most things are not paranormal. Most things are explainable. You just got to dig. You got to, instead of running, you stand your ground, and then you go toward it. And it could be as simple as, you know a pipe that's loose, and it fell, or rusty, or um, the wind kicked up a little bit further where you weren't standing, and shook the roll up doors in the distance, and it sounded like, someone going "woo," which has happened a lot in a lot of the investigations. But I will say, like, yeah, you can figure stuff out. It's just, are you willing to stand, uh, and search, seek out stuff?
Do an actual investigation. Me
Actual
myself,
investigation.
I'm skeptic. I don't really believe in that stuff too much, but I'm still the first one running out the door when I hear it. No matter what type of noise it is, our basic instinct is to survive, and I'm getting
I
out of
think
there.
that reminds me of being better safe than sorry.
Yes, you
Yeah.
got to.
If you think you smell gas, hey, get out the house and turn off the gas or something like that. You don't want to
Mhm.
chance it about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or demons in the closet, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it is. It's a long time thing that people have been, kind of going around about it, what to do. But fight or flight is always going to be our first instinct as humans, and it's what saves us a lot of the time. It's, yeah, not waiting around to see what it was, but there's some times where you got to figure it out, especially like, in my house right now. You hear things. It sounds like someone walking around upstairs. Um, as the man of the home, when I hear something go clink or bang or boom or moan, or I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna secure the house. So I don't have that luxury of, um, fight or flight. It's, I'm gonna go figure this out because it needs to get out of my house, or find the source behind it, so I have an answer for what it
Yeah.
is.
Or fix that plumbing before it becomes, your whole living room's underwater.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one time I got home, and it was like in the middle of the afternoon, so nothing crazy happened in the middle of the afternoon. And if anybody ever says, "Oh, only ghosts come out at night," that's the dumbest thing ever. Spirits are spirits; they're around us 24/7, and it doesn't matter if there's light or darkness. But I came home, just gonna grab something to eat before my lunch, and it sounds like someone's walking and stomping upstairs. And I don't hear doors, but I hear like footsteps upstairs. So I got to clear the house. And I grab a little stick and I run upstairs. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I got to go room to room. So I start clearing. The first room is my office, and I clear it out. Got to open up the closet doors and look under the you know the benches and the desks, and then I got to go into the master bedroom, and there's a walk-in closet, so I got to clear that out, and there's a bathroom in there, and look under the bed, and there's a bathroom. I got to go down the hall. There's a bath. Check the bathroom. My wife's craft room has I'm just going through everything, and the last room is a guest room, and I look at it for a minute, and it's the last door. I'm My adrenaline's going. I'm pumped up. I'm like, okay, and I barge in and I check it, and I left the window cracked open to let the breeze come in, and I forgot to close it. So yeah, it sounds like it's just banging around. Well, that was the cause behind it. Um, so nothing paranormal there, but I've had instances where, I can't explain some things that happen while I was driving, or um, when I was out on an investigation, um, like at the cemetery in San Jose, or Northside Theater Company in San Jose. Just, you know, um, yeah. I mean, that's just my thoughts behind it on how to approach it.
Lots of different types of paranormal, you know, not just ghosts, not just, things that you could debunk. There's things that even at the highest level of our own government, they're declassifying things that have been seen through the Navy, and that's now the U.S. government has coined instead of UFOs, they're called UAPs, unidentified anomalous phenomenon. Just back in 2022, when we're deep in COVID, get us out of the mindset that we're stuck inside and make us remember that there's something out in the sky. I think I was just reading up on this story. In like June 2022, NASA announced an independent study determined by some leading agencies that they have declassified stuff that had been flying in the sky. There's like big news back in the day where they'd show. Was it grainy? It was grainy, but it's like those old military high tech cameras, So they definitely found something. They saw something, but to our eyes, it's just a black dot on a moving plane. They're thinking it's like, I don't know, a bird, a plane. Like we could think of that, but this for them, they're saying that this thing's going 1,000 miles a minute. I'm like, how do I believe that? How do we declassify this? I need more information. So, if we get more information, you have some more information for us. Please release it to the public. That's my thing. Yeah, I don't believe as much in ghosts, but UFOs, that type of thing, I think that's more of a thing to be discussed or debated.
Well, I believe, you know, spirits, ghosts, UAPs, all that stuff it's all spiritual. That's what I believe. Um, it's stuff that catches your attention and draws you away from, you know, um, just everyday life, and what's going around, and it distracts us, right? Like I think that's a big distraction, is what's actually happening.
Mm-hmm.
Why are all of a sudden, why are they releasing all this stuff? Why are they releasing all this information? And and they still mock other stuff that's going on. Um, but I believe, like, spirits absolutely real. I believe, UAPs, whatever they are, those things are real. It's just, what are we seeing? What are we perceiving when it comes to it? What is it distracting us from? Ultimately, you know, is it distracting you from doing something amazing or creating something? Um, you know, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. It's a distraction.
Yeah, things that we could be distracted from. We're getting back into our own goals and our own plans, and we're gonna get this podcast off the floor. So please like, subscribe, all that. Want to run the next ad?
Yeah. This movie's coming out pretty soon, so stand by. Two lovers, a forest, caught in a riptide of time warp, separated by two different lives. One is married, and the other is in a long-term relationship. Come join us in this fun and wacky adventure in this 2025 Summer Smash movie, Born at Midnight. Coming to you at the nearest place to watch things this summer 2025. Back to the show.
Beautiful.
For all you YouTube watchers, I hope that was very entertaining. We try to choreograph something. For all you listening, watch YouTube. It is funny.
You want
Yeah.
to see our beautiful faces? Go to YouTube. And you can
Born
debate
at
in the
Midnight.
comments. Where the
Born
comments
at
be?
Midnight.
Here? Down there? Somewhere. Born at Midnight. All right. Well, this is about that time.
Oh no, it's the wrap-up sign. Guys, I just want to say thank you to all of our listeners. Thank you guys that support us. And that jingling, if you don't hear it, is my dog Dexter jingling his bell, letting me know he wants to go outside. But no, it's always nice talking to you guys. It's always fun.
Yeah.
There's so much to talk about when it comes to paranormal activity and things. But, you know, nothing is as fun as going out with some friends or family and having an adventure, not necessarily a paranormal adventure, but just going out and having fun, you know.
Love doing these episodes with you guys, and I love releasing them. And you can follow us on multiple platforms to keep updated.
Where can they find us, Nate?
You get PRT Pod pretty much everywhere. No, PRT Pod on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We're gonna open up a Patreon at some point. I'll put that in our Facebook and Instagram once that's put out. But you wanna, help us out there, sponsor us there. We'll be glad to have you, and eventually we'll have background scene content, or maybe we'll be outside scene content, so you're not just seeing our rooms. Hopefully we'll have some activities that are going to be happening, like a Spider-Man somewhere out in the wild, and that's going to be caught. But yeah, there's a lot to come, and this is just the beginning.
Any Dan, any parting words of wisdom do you got for us?
Be good.
Solid.
That's good.
That's great.
Nate, give us a parting word of wisdom.
What you're not changing, you're choosing.
All right. And my parting word for this episode, and this is episode 4, is have fun, everybody. Spend time with your loved ones and enjoy this beautiful day. See you guys on the next episode. Bye. See ya.
Woo!
Peace.
Another one. We'll put another one on it.
Another one, talaga.
Yeah.
Another. Put another.
Hopefully we'll release the next episode next week. Sunday.
Tattoo.
Wednesday.
Tattoo. Tattoo.
I want to be a voice actor in real life.
Tattoo.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.